Hey there, YouTubes. This is Kyle with another edition of the My Business Launch Secrets YouTube channel. We're on day 119 in this magical mystery ride of my journey in starting a new online business and trying to get from $0 to $1 million in revenue in the course of a year, and doing it part-time because I still got a day job and kids to feed and bills to pay. What's new today? Well, what's new is that I just spent the past 20 minutes recording this video and then realized that once again I hadn't hit the freaking record button on my stupid video recorder thing, which I swore I did, but then when I got to the end of the video as I was recording and I went to go stop the video, I was like, oh shit, mother. So now I'm pissed because I don't really feel like spending another 20 minutes talking about whatever I was talking about. So I apologize. Everybody just missed out on that. I'm sure I said amazing things, probably would have changed multiple thousands or millions of lives, but it's now lost to the ether of my office space here. I'm sorry, that's just life. So I'm just going to make it quick. What did I do for the business today? I created a lead magnet. I knew I needed to create a lead magnet for a long time, and even though I showed you guys the website and the funnel, the lead generation funnel that I already built, in which I did say in there that yes, I would have some guidebook or something to download if you give me your email address. That was just all made up because I didn't really know what I was going to do. So I figured I should just sit down and do something. I used some content that I downloaded from plr.me, which is a paid service where you can get all the rights to pre-made written content that you can just dump into whatever you need it for. It doesn't matter. And so I used the old Canva tool to come up with a slick design, copied the text over from one of these like top 20 tips for time management or something, put my branding on it, boom, got a nice 7-page PDF file out of it that I'm pretty happy with. I will use that as my lead magnet for now. We'll see if it actually attracts anybody or not, or maybe nobody gives two shits, in which case I'll have to come up with a different lead magnet, but I won't know that until I actually get some traffic starting to look at this thing. So that's about what I did for the business. I also think I talked about I need to come up with put in the automations within ClickFunnels 2.0 so that when somebody signs up, it gives me their email address, that it'll have an automation to automatically send an email kind of introducing myself, but also with the link to this nifty downloadable free PDF file, which I know I can't do that in ClickFunnels 2.0. I just haven't set it up yet. And then I think I talked about on the existing channel for this business, again, converting an old channel that's got about 9,000 subscribers, 9 or 10,000 views per week just on 7-year-old videos. Thought about going in and editing the description and potentially the thumbnail for those old videos just to kind of bring them up to modern times, as well as descriptions that, have links to push them to my website, etc. So that might be the next order of business after I get the automation things working in terms of the email sequencing. Also thought about starting up a store just because apparently this is like super easy through something like, forget what it's called, Spring. So there's something called Spring, or Creator Spring, I don't know, that you just upload designs of various swag you want, t-shirts, coffee mugs, sweaters, sweatshirts, whatever, and you have a store instantly. And somebody buys something, they print it, and they ship it to the person who bought it. And depending on how much you charge for the thing, and how much they charge you to do all that for you, you can get, a slight profit. Came across that from some YouTube channel I was watching and noticed that under their YouTube video, they have, icons for like, hey, buy my t-shirts or whatever. You click on that and, it takes you to the regular full store. And then that's when I got to learning about this whole spring.com site or whatever. And it's like, oh, geez, this is freaking easy. So it's like, why wouldn't you do this? I mean, I highly doubt like I'm going to get tons of people buying a t-shirt, a $30 t-shirt from me, at least not right now. But what if somebody comes across my video, they really like it, they're like, damn, I like this dude, and I want a t-shirt, and I got $30, so I'm going to spend $30 to buy a freaking t-shirt, because it's got this logo, this cool logo that this guy made. I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody will do that. And why not give them the option? It's like no skin off my back. I literally have to do nothing except create the actual site. They don't charge you anything to create the site either. The Spring .com people make their money, when people buy your products, because obviously they're, likely charging you a hefty premium for, having to print the thing, ship the thing, do all that. It's all totally done for you service. So they're going to charge you a premium for that, obviously. But it's still like, reasonable-ish. It's not like they're charging you $50 to send out one t-shirt, in which case, like, nobody's going to buy a t-shirt from you for $50 or like $60 if you actually wanted to make a profit off of it, right? So I figure, well, if I then mark it up, whatever, an extra $5 off of whatever they charge, for their fees, then, I mean, heck, if I can make an extra $5 off somebody wants to buy a shirt from me, why not? Plus, it makes it makes your channel and like your website, frankly, just a little bit more legit looking. I mean, if you go to some place and it's like, oh, they got a store, like they got swag. I mean, nobody knows that I just created this thing like out of thin air, right? They're just gonna think like, oh shit, like this dude must be legit if he's already selling his own swag, right? At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm an anomaly, but when I see that kind of stuff, I tend to think there's a little more credibility behind it besides just some random dude on the internet who happened to learn how to make a website, right? So that's something I think I'll do because it's just super easy. I mean, you don't need fancy logos or designs, for your t-shirts. And again, I've already got stuff in Canva. I can just pull something I already did off Canva. Again, dump it in the store, say throw it on a t-shirt, like boom, that's it. That's like it, done. It's crazy. Anyway, enough rambling about that. I don't know. I was thinking more about AI today. Oh, which, by the way, if you want some quick bumps on your YouTube videos, just mention ChatGPT or OpenAI in your video descriptions and you'll get an immediate jump in the number of views on your video, even if your video sucks ass. Because this is exactly what I did on a recent video, which I was talking in the video about ChatGPT. So I put in my description something that, whatever, ChatGPT something or other. And inevitably, that video has already got popped up and got 50 views, which again, nominally I'm more on the, 3 to 5 views per video kind of category. So it's just a hot topic. But in any case, was thinking more about AI stuff. Listen to Tom Bilyeu's, I guess, a video on, his thoughts about the AI revolution, how he's using it in his business. And again, he's still trying to paint a pretty optimistic outlook of, this is a good thing. It's going to help businesses be more efficient. It's going to help us all be more efficient in whatever work that we do. But yes, it's going to cause some people to lose their jobs and livelihoods or whatever, because it does diminish the need for certain kinds of roles in our society. But if you are one that is learning how to take advantage of it, then you will definitely succeed. Until the point that the AI just gets general intelligence and decides it doesn't need any of us, in which case we're all rude. But let's not think about that, right? Let's just think about the positive things of how it can make our lives easier. So I was just kind of trying to think about, ways, even in my day job, like are there things that I could somehow use an AI for that would make my day job easier? But frankly, in my current day job, I don't do a ton of writing. In this other potential new job, it would be a lot of writing. And so I was thinking, if I just use the AI to do all this writing that I might have to do in this new job, that could make me super efficient. And so either I could double, triple, quadruple the amount of stuff I'm putting out in terms of writing. And so they were thinking holy shit, this guy Kyle's crazy good at his job. Or I could just, kick back and just work 4 hours a day, but still get done the amount of work that they expect me to do over the course of a full day. Could do that as well, I guess, but I don't know. I think initially, at least, I'd like to make a good first impression, so using it to pump out a lot of might be preferable. I don't know. But in general, I'm not too personally worried about my own job. I think for people that are more in roles that are a bit more strategic planning, things that require, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I take that back, I guess. I was trying to think of if an AI would be good at doing strategic planning for a company or something, which in my view means that you need to kind of have a broad overview of understanding about what a company's doing, what the product is, who the customers, etc. But then also knowing the people, the personalities involved. You kind of need to understand all that in order to make kind of what's the right decision at the right time with the people that you're dealing with. Which I guess probably an AI tool isn't quite adept to do that now, but that's probably definitely coming, I guess, as it learns more and more about human speech and human emotion. In addition, obviously, it can sift through way more data than any human can. I'm just not sure about its reasoning ability, because Chat GPT is not it's not reasoning the responses on its own. It's simply come up with ways to identify patterns in the information that it's received. It kind of understands language patterns, and so it develops responses purely based on imputing of the proper sequencing of words, whatever complies with the existing data set that it has, that's been fed into it, right? But it's not really it doesn't have reasoning instincts, I guess. Where artificial general intelligence comes into play, like, is it only at that point that it has a reasoning potential? But I'm not sure if we have to even get to that point just for a machine to, again, have ingested, tons of data and actually just be able to apply some critical thought to that data set. I don't know. I don't really know much about any of this shit, but something to think about. I mean, the one thing is, I don't think there could definitely be a dramatic shift in my lifetime, which is, say, over the next, 40 or 50 years. But it's not going to happen overnight in terms of the shift of having artificial intelligence capabilities, just because, there is still so many jobs that actually require, physical humans involved. Until what's his face? Elon Musk comes up with that, fully humanoid robot thing that can literally now interact with the physical space while also having all the, artificial intelligence features, built into its computer, right? If that technology really advances significantly in the coming years, well, then that, I think, is a really dramatic shift. I think this shift just in having, computer-based interfaces that, we can interact with is certainly going to change a lot of things. Certainly change the way we engage with the internet. For one, I just read Google's, about to release their own version of this chat bot they've been working on for the past couple of years as well, and that would be something that's built into Google now. So again, you go to Google, ask a question. Normally you would think you're searching the internets. Well, now you've got an AI that's already read the internets and can just spit out the answer that you're looking for, right? So that whole, interaction and having it generate, words, text for you. Yes, sure, generate pictures or even videos for you. That's all within the next, 5 to 10 years, where I think that becomes more mainstream. But again, that whole actually replacing humans on a large scale in terms of not humans, I'm just saying the functions that humans provide and services humans provide, that doesn't come until, again, we have a more humanoid type robot. But again, Tesla and others are working on those, and if they figure those out, then who knows what comes next. I don't know. I think a big problem about the whole humanoid robot thing is, or challenge there, is the battery life. A lot of these robots, what's the company, Boston Robotics or something like that has all these, fancy moving robot dogs and other, two-legged, human-like robots. They can do, fascinating moves, dancing, whatever. Either they're connected to power through a cable, or if they are fully autonomous, they have some battery. But again, given all the mechanisms and everything that has to go into that, I'm sure they're draining power relatively quickly. So sure, we see the nice YouTube clips and whatever of those things doing all those fancy moves, but maybe it can only do that for 5 minutes or even an hour. I don't think it's going to last all day doing that type of stuff. Still the same problem you have with your freaking iPhone. We can say, sure, robots don't have to eat, sleep, or shit, but they have to get recharged until we figure out whatever that power source was that Iron Man has, the whatever reactor thing, fusion reactor in your chest sort of deal, which provides endless power. Until we figure that out, I guess the whole humanoid robots, creating mass disruption might still be a little ways off. Anyway, that's all for today. Headed to bed. Hope you're all doing well. Keep on kicking ass, taking names, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.